Rumination is one of the biggest problems of my daily life. So, whenever I am working or doing any activity, I find myself doing it, but also living in this separate chain of thought at the same time. And I realize that it can sometimes get very dominant and start affecting the original work that we are trying to do. So, in that sense, it becomes really important to somehow get the solution of this problem. So, I am not sure if this is somehow related to default mode network of the human brain, and when we are focusing, this network is almost turned off, or when we are in flow state, then this network is not in its active state. And this is the ideal stage that we should be targeting for. But if you are really working for very long periods of the day, then it becomes very unlikely that you will be in a flow state for all those hours. So, even if you work for 6 hours a day, even then you can't guarantee that all those 6 hours will be spent in a deep flow state. So, then the problem doesn't become about eliminating the constraint, but somehow adjusting according to it, and then optimizing the constraints, and then somehow get out good results. So, in that sense, I think one of the best things to get over this habit is to is practicing observation of this chain of thought, or this separate word that we have built inside us. So it just means that we have to observe this chain of thought continuously throughout the day. And when we do so, we will find that a lot of our issues and just getting angry over small things just gets eliminated, because now we are, for the most part, observing this chain of thought, and it isn't affecting us because we are not as glued to it as we were before. So this really helps a lot. The other thing that helps is, I guess, not consuming or putting any form of information in the brain which can just disrupt your day. So this happens a lot with social media, where we are consuming different things for entertainment, but then those things become memories, and then they start replaying in our brains. So Now, although that content that you consumed is a part of that chain of thought, and even if you are not using social media, you are still getting affected by all those images and memories of that content. So, it seems a very nice strategy to avoid engaging in such content at all. And the best thing is to say no to most of it. And I think the best answers that I have found is by saying no to more things rather than saying yes. So, in that sense, I think less is more. So, even if we practice this habit of no content consumption till 12 of the day, then I, I am pretty sure that we won't get affected by this chain of thought that much. And in turn, our sensitivity for the ordinary things in daily lives will also increase. And I have tried this and it has worked. So that those are the ways which I think are the best to minimize this problem of rumination.